In today's class, I'm going to use the law of sine and law of cosine rules to solve problems in real world scenarios. So, a quick recap. What is law of sine? Law of sine. It is A over sine A equals to B over sine B equals to C over sine C. In this one, all these lowercase letters they represent the sides, whereas the lower part these represents the angles. Okay, just I'm trying to keep the mask and all. Just hold on. Well, so next coming to law of cosine. Law of cos or cosine, that is c square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab times cos c. And in this one, all these c square, a square, b square, 2ab, all these represents the sides, and this one represents the angle. This one represents the angle. You may get a doubt when to use law of sine and when to use law of cosine means. See, if two angles and two sides are involved in a problem, then use law of sine. In case if three sides and one angle is involved in a problem, then make use of law of cosine. So let's go to the first question. Use the law of cosine to find the value of p. So first of all, you write what is law of cosine. Okay, so I'm writing law of cosine. Law of cosine, that is c square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab times cos c. As I mentioned before, all these c square, a square, b square, all these represents the sides, and this one represents the angle. So already in the given question, it is clearly mentioned that you are asked to use law of cosine. Well, here the side opposite to angle K represents side K. By the way, instead of ABC, we have been given GKV. So the angle is given as 107. Therefore, in the place of C, I am taking cos C value is 107 degrees. So opposite to this one, it's given as side B. Therefore, B square equals to, let me consider the other two sides as A and B. I repeat, in the place of C, because here I'm taking angle, I'm taking the angle so that I can plug in here, right? Therefore, Opposite to this angle, whatever is given, instead of lowercase c, I am taking this one. The other two sides I am assuming as A, B. Therefore, let's plug in these values. What is A square means? One is 30 square plus the other one is 42 square minus 2AB means 2 times 30. My apologies, not enough space, so just let me take this one. You may make use of calculator. What is 30 square? That is 900. 42 square. Let me make use of calculator. 42 times 42. 1764 minus 2 times 30 times 42. That is giving me 2520 multiplied by cos 107, cos 107 degrees. That is a negative 0.292, negative 0.292. So, you know PEMDAS. In PEMDAS, we go for multiplication first. Agreed? Therefore, a negative, 2520. My apologies. This is negative 2520 multiplied by negative 0.292. So it is 735.84. Again, I am repeating this part, including negative sign, negative 2520 multiplied by 0.292. So negative of negative, you know, that changes to positive sign. I ended up with 735.84. So this is 900 plus 1764 plus 735.84. 900, 1764, 3399.84. 3399.84. That's the value of b square. As you know that if you eliminate square here, the other side you should get square root. Therefore, the value of b equals to square root of 3399.84. So let me quickly compute this one. 3399.84. 58.30. So the value of b is 58.3. Again, I am repeating from the beginning. In the question itself, it is clearly mentioned that use law of cosine. So we know what is law of cosine, so that is copied here. Then plug in the values. Please don't forget that here c square, a square, b square, these all represents the sides. So one of the sides are missing. It's labeled as b. Therefore, why I am taking this one in the place of c means the reason is so simple, because in the place of the angle, if I am taking 107, in the place of the angle, opposite to this one, opposite to this angle, whatever the side is there, that is to be considered as angle C. So that is to be taken here in the place of C. And the rest of these sides, one is assumed as A and the other one is assumed as B, and then plug in these values and find what is the value of B. You have to be careful, especially while computing, because I see that here negative sign and again negative sign, negative of negative, that gives us positive. So it's a direct question. So let's jump to the next question. Next question. This time you are asked to use law of sines. So let me write the rule, law of sines. So law of sines is A over sine A equals to B over sine B equals to C over sine C. Don't forget all these numerator values represents the sides and the denominator values represents the angles. Therefore, here side opposite to K. So instead of to avoid the confusion, let me label this as ABC. Therefore, that gives me a clear-cut idea what to do. So angle A is not given. Of course, if you want, you can compute. Angle B is given as 22 degrees and its opposite side is also given. Right? Therefore, in the place of angle B, that goes to denominator. So it is sine 22. Please notice that this value I am copying here. And numerator is, so the side opposite to angle B is 15. Angle C is 45 degrees that I am taking here. I am taking here in the denominator, which is sine 45. And opposite to 45, B is given, that goes to the numerator. Now there is nothing to do with the first fraction, so you may strike it. You may strike it. Now let's take the calculator. You may use Desmos online calculator and let's plug in these values. 15 over sine 22. What is sine 22? 0.374. 0.374 equal to B value is not known. What is sine 45? I know that it's 1, but let me check. Oh, my bad, it's 0.70. Sine 90 is 1, not sine 45. So it's 0.707. Okay, now to figure out what's the value of B is, we have to eliminate the denominator. Therefore, times 0.707 on both the sides. Then numerator and denominator gets cancelled. B equals to, let me take my calculator, 0.707 multiplied by 15 divided by 0.374. The answer is 28.35. 28.35. Once when you get the answer, you may plug in here and check 28.35. You may compare with the other sides, 15, and this one seems to be a little longer. Yes, our answer is that makes sense. So these kind of questions are pretty easy because if you are asked to use law of sine or law of cosine. But if a question is given this way, and if you are not given any clue or a hint how to find the angle, let's analyze the question. You are asked to find what is the value of angle B. What's the value of angle B? Okay. And let me copy the data. I see that angle C is given as 63 degrees, 63 degrees, and you are asked to find angle B equals to what's the value? And opposite to angle B, I see that 4.7 is given. Therefore, small b, the side opposite to angle B is 4.7, and next opposite to angle C, which is lowercase c, is 5.5. So you have to understand, you have to analyze the question. I see that here two sides are given, and of course one angle is given and another angle is you are asked to find. So here two angles and two sides are involved. So let's go back to page 1 and see that. Please see this one. Two angles and two sides. Two angles and two sides. Therefore, we have to make use of law of sine. Now let's jump back to the question. So you know law of sine is to be used because two angles and two sides are involved. So let me take to this page. We have to make use of, I have to make use of law of sine. So law of sine means you know that A over sine A over sine A equals to B over sine B equals to C over sine C. Now let's plug in these values. By the way, angle A is not known and its opposite side is also not known. So let me not consider that. Angle B is not known, but opposite side to angle B, I know the value. So let me take those values. The side is 4.7 over sine B means I don't know what's the value of the angle. C, which is the side that is opposite to angle C, that is 5.5 over sine C means sine 63 we have to take. At this point, you may go for cross multiplication, or else I suggest you to swap these two. That means you take the reciprocals of both the fractions. Then what happens is sine B goes to numerator and 4.7 comes to the denominator. That makes our calculation is easy because if there is some value in the denominator and if you are asked to find the value of that, it is slightly hard to calculate. By the same time, you have to take the reciprocal on the other side. So sine 63 goes to numerator and 5.5 comes to the denominator. Now let's take the values. Before that, I want to isolate sine B. So the inverse operation is times 4.7 on both the sides. 4.7 on both the sides. So let me take my calculator. Numerator is sine 63, and the denominator is 5.5 multiplied by 4.7, that is giving me 0.7614. 0.7614. That's the value of sine B. To find the angle, in my previous sessions already I discussed that you move this one to the other side and take this value to this side, then sine 7614 equals to angle B. Don't forget to take the inverse symbol. So sine inverse 0.7614. Well, in the previous classes, I already explained how to make use of Desmos. So I'm not spending much time on that, but I'm using my TI-84 calculator. So second sine 0.7614, that is giving me 49.58. 49.58 degrees. So 49.58. So that's the value of angle B. That's the value of angle B. Right? Now, any questions? If you have any questions, please type in the comments box, please. Again, a gentle reminder that in our previous sessions, I explained that how to make use of Desmos. So let me take to the next question. What is the approximate value of C? So here C means the side opposite to angle C. The side opposite to angle C. What is the value of this one means? Let me take C here. This is missing. Okay. And okay. And let me analyze the question. I see that two angles are there and two sides are involved. Two angles and two sides. So let's see here, two angles and two sides. You can see that we have to make use of law of sines. Two angles and two sides, right? So first of all, you have to identify whether you have to use law of sines or law of cosines. I see that here angle B is given as 53 degrees and angle C, my bad, it's not 53 degrees. Angle B is 44 degrees and angle C is 53 degrees. And next, opposite to angle B, which is lowercase b, that is 7 units, and opposite to angle C, that is missing. As I mentioned before, I see that here two angles are involved in this problem and two sides, so one is missing. So two angles and two sides means we have to make use of law of sines. Law of sines. So let me write quickly what is law of sines. A over sine A equals to B over sine B equals to C over sine C. Now let me plug in these values. Angle A is not known. Sine A, therefore I am leaving this one. And next B is opposite to angle B, that is 7 units over sine B means sine 44 degrees. The side opposite to angle C, which is not given, sine C, sine 53 degrees. In this problem, I am not taking the reciprocal because whatever is to be computed, that is there in the numerator. Please remember in the previous question, I have taken the reciprocal on both the sides of the equal to, because the value which is to be computed, that is in the denominator. But in this question, whatever the value is to be computed, that is in the numerator, therefore I need not do that. Now, Let me take my calculator and compute. In order to isolate C, we have to multiply on both the sides by sine 53. Therefore, this is to be multiplied by sine 53. So I'm taking my calculator, sine 53 degrees multiplied by 7 divided by sine 44. Sine 44. Well, 8.04. The value of C equals to 8.04. It's a straight question. But first of all, you should decide which ratio, which rule. Is it a sine rule or cosine rule? That's what you have to identify. So let me take to the next question really quick. You are asked to find angle A. Angle A. So let me mark, label these parts. What is the value of this one? I see that three sides are involved here. 7 is given, 8 is given, 6 and one angle is missing, right? Therefore, angle A is not known. Opposite to angle A, which is 8 units, opposite to angle B, that is 6 units, opposite to angle C, that is 7 units. So I see that here three sides are involved, three sides and one angle, right? So which rule I have to take? Please see that here, if I have to take three sides and one angle, I have to go with the law of cosine. I have to go with the law of cosine. Okay? So, C square equals to blah, blah, blah. Let me write law of cosine first. Law of cosine equals to, C square equals to A square plus B square minus 2AB times cos C. Here, I want to make some small changes. Please notice that here angle A is missing, right? So that angle goes here. Therefore, cos A. Please notice that A and C values I'm interchanging, A and C values. So wherever C comes, then I have to take A. Okay? So C square means, please, this may be little confusing. In the place of C, I'm taking A value. Therefore, I have to take this side. Okay? This is one way of solving, or else what you can do is you may rename the given figure. Let me make this as C here, and let me make this one as A. That solves our problem. This way also you can do it. Then what is C square means? What is C square means? The side opposite to C, that is 8 here. So I have to take 8 square equals to, what is A means the side opposite to angle A, which is 7 square plus What is b square? Means the side opposite to angle B, that is 6 square minus 2 times a times b, and cos c means here the angle is missing, cos c. 8 square gives me 64, 7 square gives me 49, plus 6 square is 36, 2 times 7, 14, 14 times 6, it's 84 times cos c. Okay. Now let me simplify. 49 plus 36, it is 85. 85 minus 84. Please don't make that mistake, because these two can be simplified, and we can add them. 49 plus 36, that gives us yes, it's 85. And please don't subtract this 84, because the reason is still this 84 is multiplying with cos c. It is multiplying. So this is a separate term. So write that as 84 times cos c. Do not subtract. Do not subtract. Okay. So let's try to isolate cos c part. You know, we go for inverse operation, subtraction by 85 on both the sides. So 64, this gives us negative 21 equals to negative 84 cos c. As you know that 84 times cos c, therefore what I am going to do is the inverse operation is division by negative 84 on both the sides. Then cos c value is negative 21. If you want, you may convert into decimals. So let me type this one. It is 0.25. 0.25. Now, how to figure out the angle means, earlier also I mentioned, you may take this one to this side and move this value to the other side in order to find the value of angle. So cos inverse, in my previous sections I mentioned that how to use the inverse trigonometry. So angle C equals to cos inverse 0.25. Now you may make use of Desmos graphing calculator online, but I'm using my TI-84 calculator. Second cos 0.25 equals to 75.52. So angle C equals to 75.52 degrees. Okay. Questions on this? You may type in chat box. Thank you. So let's go to the next question. Now let's discuss some word problems. Tom, Jim, and Harry are camping in their tents. If the distance between the Tom and Jim is 153 feet, so let me label the parts. Between Tom and Jim is 153 feet. Therefore, this is going to be 153 feet. The distance between Tom and Harry is 201. Tom and Harry, it is 201 feet. And the distance between Jim and Harry is 175 feet. 175 feet. What is the angle between Tom, Jim, and Harry? So you can see that in the same order it is taken: Tom, Jim, and Harry. This is the angle you are asked to find. Now, if you observe carefully, we know that three sides in this question, and you're asked to find the missing angle, right? Therefore, three sides and one angle. So I think I need not explain again what to do. You see that, oops, my apologies. Okay, so three sides and one angle means then we have to go with a law of cosine. Law of cosine, right? So let me copy that here. Law of cosine. Law of cosine. So first of all, if you label the parts, it becomes pretty easy, which is c square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab times cos c. Here, I will give you a small tip. I'll give you a small tip. While labeling the diagram, you know, I see that this angle is to be computed. So the angle which is to be computed, that may be placed here, right? Therefore, I prefer to take this one as C. I prefer to take this one as C so that it becomes easy, right? And the remaining two letters, whatever the way you want, you can take like Tom as A and Harry as point B. Once when you label it, then what you can do is you can start substituting the values. Okay, so C square means the side opposite to angle C, which is 201, that goes here. That goes here. Okay, so let me take that 201 square equals to a square means the side opposite to angle A, which is 175 square, plus b square means the side opposite to angle B, which is 153 square, minus 2 times A times B times cos C. So here, how to find the value of cos C means already this kind of one question I taught in my previous problem, so that I'm not continuing this one. I expect you to solve this one on your own. So let's quickly jump to the next question. Surveying two of sides of a triangular lot have lengths of 90 feet and 80 feet. If the angle opposite the unknown side is 59 degrees, what is the length of the unknown side of the lot to the nearest tenth of a foot? Actually, I'm planning to buy some land which is in the shape of a triangle. Okay, so of course I'm cooking up a story here. So let's say that I'm planning to buy a land which is in the shape of a triangle. Okay, two of the sides of a triangle, 90 and 80. Let's say that one side is 90 feet and the other side is 80 feet. If the angle opposite to the unknown side, actually I don't know what is the side here. I don't know what is the side. So let me assume this as x. The angle opposite to the unknown side means this is the unknown side. Therefore, the angle opposite to the unknown side, that is going to be this angle, right? That is given as 59 degrees. That is given as 59 degrees. What is the length of the unknown side? So here, if you observe carefully, my bad. Here, if you observe carefully, we know one angle. So you have to find one of the sides. I see that three sides, three sides and one angle is involved. Three sides and one angle is involved in this problem. So three sides and one angle means, let's go back to page 1. Three sides and one angle means then you have to go with the law of cosine. Law of cosine. So this is how you have to analyze the given problem. So let me write law of cosine. Once when we identify what to do means whether law of sine or law of cosine, c square equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab times cos c. Again, what are the angle is there? You know that the angle is to be plugged in here. I repeat, what are the angle is there? That angle value is to be plugged in here. Therefore, I personally prefer to take this one as C. I personally prefer to take this as C. And the remaining 2 points, you can take whatever the way you want. So angle C means this is going to be cos 59 degrees. Then the side opposite to angle C is going to be, this one is side C, which is x square equals to a square. The side opposite to angle A, which is 80. So handwriting is too bad. So it's going to be 80 square. The side opposite to angle B, which is 90. So this is 90 square minus, due to lack of space, I am writing in the next line, 2 times A times, which is 80, B is 90. Now let's grab the calculator and compute what is 80 square. 6,400. 90 square, 8,100 minus 2 times 80 times 90, 1,440. Let me check. 2 times 80 times 90. My bad, it is 14,400. I forgot 10. Cos 59. Cos 59 is giving me 0.515. 0.515. So just plug in all these values on calculator. 6,400 plus 8,100 minus 14,400 times 0.515. That is giving me 7084. 7084. The last step to solve this question is, as you know that if there is a square, we have to compute square root of this one. Therefore, the value of x is a square root of 7084. Let me make use of my calculator. 7084. That is giving me 84.16. 84.16. Once when you get the answer, and you may check that whether is it making sense or not. I see that one is 90, the other one is 80, and this one is 84. Means is it possible? Means yes, the chances are very high that yes, it is possible. So when you look at the word problems, don't worry and don't be scared. First of all, make a plan and label the parts and input the numbers. Then you see which rule you have to apply, whether is it law of sine or law of cosine. By the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to send an email with your doubts. Okay? So any questions, please type in the comment box, please. So that's it from me for today's session. See you in the next session. Bye-bye. If you like the video, please click on the like button and subscribe. Thank you.